Today we're talking about the 1974 1 Rand coin from South Africa, struck by the historic South African Mint. At first glance, it may seem like a simple piece of currency from decades ago. But look closer. Feel the weight. Notice the detail. This coin carries the story of a nation, a complex era, and a generation that witnessed enormous global change. In 1974, the world was a very different place. The Cold War shaped politics. Economies were shifting. Gold was a powerful symbol of wealth and stability. South Africa was one of the world's leading gold producers, and the 1 Rand coin represented strength and economic identity. For many men who lived through the 1970s, this coin reflects a time of ambition, industry, and resilience. The 1974 1 Rand was minted in sterling silver, giving it both intrinsic metal value and collectible appeal. Its composition alone makes it stand apart from modern circulation coins. When you hold it, you feel substance. You feel weight. That weight represents more than metal. It represents an era where craftsmanship mattered. On one side, you'll find the elegant portrait of Jan van Riebeeck, the Dutch colonial administrator often associated with the early European settlement at the Cape. His image on the coin connects the piece to South Africa's deeper historical roots. Whether viewed from a historical, political, or cultural perspective, his presence makes this coin a talking point. It's not just currency, it's conversation. The reverse design features the iconic springbok antelope, a national symbol recognized around the world. The springbok stands for agility, pride, and endurance. For decades, this animal has symbolized South African identity, including its appearance in national sports emblems. The detail in the engraving shows remarkable artistry. Even after decades, the lines remain sharp on well-preserved specimens, reminding collectors that quality minting leaves a lasting impression. But what truly makes the 1974 1 Rand compelling to collectors, especially men who appreciate tangible assets, is its connection to precious metal history. In the 1970s, silver was seen not just as a commodity, but as security. Many men from the 55 to 65 age group remember when silver and gold were trusted stores of value. Holding this coin brings back that mindset. It's real. It's solid. It's not digital. It doesn't disappear with a power outage or a market crash. Condition plays a massive role in determining the desirability of this coin. A circulated piece tells a story of travel, commerce, and exchange. An uncirculated coin, preserved carefully for decades, represents foresight. Men who saved coins like this often did so intentionally. They understood that someday, rarity and silver content would matter. Today, that foresight is rewarded. Another factor that adds to its appeal is mintage numbers. While many were produced, not all survived in high-grade condition. Over time, silver coins were melted, damaged, or lost. That naturally reduces supply. As supply tightens and collector interest increases, values can rise significantly. This is basic economics. Scarcity drives demand. For collectors in their late 50s and 60s, this coin can be deeply personal. It may remind you of your early working years, your father's collection, or even a trip abroad. Coins often carry emotional value beyond their monetary worth. They connect generations. Imagine passing this coin down to a grandson and explaining its history. That moment is priceless. There is also an investment mindset attached to coins like this. Unlike stocks that fluctuate daily on a screen, a silver coin gives you something you can physically store, inspect, and control. For many experienced men, diversification isn't just a buzzword. It's wisdom gained over decades. Tangible assets like silver coins often form part of that strategy. The design quality of the 1974 1 Rand also reflects the skill of engravers and mint craftsmen of the time. The relief, the precision of the lettering, and the balanced layout show attention to detail that modern mass production sometimes lacks. Collectors appreciate artistry as much as value. Let's also talk about legacy. Many men in the 55 to 65 age group are thinking about the future, retirement, estate planning, and what they will leave behind. Rare coins can become part of that legacy. They are compact, durable, and historically significant. A small object, yes, but one that carries weight in more ways than one. Now. Imagine discovering that a coin sitting in a drawer for decades has significant value today. That moment of realization is powerful. It's why coin collecting continues to attract seasoned individuals who understand patience. Markets move, metals fluctuate, but rarity and historical importance endure. Collectors worldwide recognize the reputation of the South African Mint for producing high-quality coins. Their craftsmanship has stood the test of time, and the 1974 1 Rand is no exception. When evaluating your coin, pay attention to shine, scratches, edge condition, and overall preservation. These details can make a dramatic difference in market value. If you are considering buying or selling one, professional grading can add credibility and potentially increase buyer confidence. Serious collectors look for certified condition because it removes uncertainty. And in the world of numismatics, certainty builds trust. There is something undeniably powerful about holding history. Think about how many hands this coin may have passed through. Think about the stories it could tell. Every scratch, every mark, every preserved detail carries decades of silent narrative. Now let's address what everyone wants to know: the value. Depending on condition, rarity, and market demand, prices can vary widely. Average circulated examples may trade modestly, often influenced by their silver content. Higher-grade specimens command stronger premiums. Exceptionally preserved coins, especially those in near-perfect condition, can attract serious collectors willing to pay substantial sums. And here is the figure that will surprise many of you. In top-tier collectible condition, this 1974 1 Rand coin has reached values as high as $50,240. Yes, you heard that correctly. $50,240 for a single coin that many once treated as everyday currency.
Subscribe now and join our journey into history and treasure, because today, we're diving into something truly remarkable, something that could change the way you look at coins forever. If you're a collector, a history lover, or just someone who appreciates the power of a rare find, stay with me, because what I'm about to show you is nothing short of extraordinary. Imagine holding a piece of history in the palm of your hand. A coin that's over 45 years old, crafted in silver, and carrying a story from a time when South Africa was a nation brimming with its own unique culture, challenges, and triumphs. Today, we are talking about the 1 Rand coin from 1975, a coin that has transcended its monetary value to become a symbol of heritage, craftsmanship, and sheer rarity. Now, you might think that coins are just pieces of metal, mere tokens for spending, but this particular 1 Rand is far from ordinary. Every detail etched into its surface tells a story, stories of South Africa's history, the evolution of currency, and the artistry of minting in the 1970s. The silver used in this coin isn't just any silver. It is of a quality that has stood the test of time, maintaining its luster and appeal for decades. And if you examine it closely, you'll notice the meticulous attention to design, the intricate engravings, the clean lines, the subtle yet striking features that make it more than a coin. It's a collector's dream. Coins like this are not just valuable because they are rare, though that certainly plays a big part. They are valuable because they carry a connection to the past, a tangible link to a world that existed more than 4 decades ago. Holding a 1 Rand coin from 1975 is like holding a fragment of South Africa itself. You can almost feel the echoes of its streets, its markets, and the hands through which this coin has passed. Imagine the people who used it, the purchases it made, the stories it might tell if only it could speak, and that's what makes coins like this so powerful for collectors, particularly for men who appreciate history, craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery. There's a certain satisfaction in knowing that you own something others may never find, something that carries both historical significance and material value. It's not just an investment, it's a legacy. Now, let's consider the rarity. The 1975 1 Rand coin in silver is not something you stumble upon every day. It was minted during a specific period, in limited quantities, which makes surviving examples increasingly scarce. Over the years, many have been lost, melted down, or simply worn beyond recognition. The ones that remain today, especially in excellent condition, are the coins that capture the attention of serious collectors worldwide. And let me tell you, when collectors see a coin like this, their hearts skip a beat. Because they know the value isn't just sentimental, it's real, tangible, and significant. But what really elevates this coin is its story of silver content. In 1975, South Africa was still producing coins and precious metals. Unlike modern coins, which are often made from base metals and alloys, this 1 rand was minted with silver, a metal that has maintained its value over decades. That silver isn't just a shiny surface, it's a guarantee of longevity, a material that preserves wealth and beauty simultaneously. For those who have been around the coin market for years, the value of silver coins from this era is well understood. But for new collectors or those curious about history, this coin is an eye-opener. And here's something interesting. Beyond the metal and design, the 1975 1 rand coin embodies a moment in history when currency was more than numbers on a screen. It was physical, it was tangible, and it had a presence. Coins were carried in pockets, jingled in cash boxes, and were part of everyday life. Today, in our digital world, that physical connection has become rare, which makes coins like this even more fascinating and valuable. Collectors over 55 know the thrill of discovering such items, and for good reason. It's not just nostalgia, it's an understanding that some things only grow in significance with time. Coins like the 1975 1 rand aren't just money, they are milestones. They remind us of where we came from, what our predecessors valued, and how artistry and economy intertwined in ways that modern coins can rarely replicate. Now, I want you to picture this. You've been searching for a coin that combines history, artistry, and investment potential. You've sifted through countless items, but nothing quite captures the essence of what you're looking for. Then, you come across this 1 rand from 1975. It's in pristine condition, the silver gleams under light, and the design is crisp, almost like it just came off the mint floor yesterday. That feeling, the excitement, the anticipation, the satisfaction, is exactly why collectors pursue coins like this. It's not just a hobby, it's a passion that connects generations. And while many coins from that era are worth a few $100s, the 1975 1 rand in silver is a whole different story. Its rarity, its historical context, its silver content, and the impeccable craftsmanship elevate its value exponentially. Serious collectors understand this, and that's why this coin has become one of the most sought-after coins in South African history. By now, you're probably wondering, what is it actually worth? After all, we've discussed its history, its design, its silver content, and its appeal. And here comes the moment of revelation. The 1975 1 rand coin in pristine silver condition has a value that might surprise you. For those who have been tracking rare coins, the buzz has been building for decades. And today, the astonishing value of this coin is estimated at a staggering $160,000. Yes, you heard that right, one coin, minted over 45 years ago, with historical significance and silver content, valued at over $160,000. It's easy to see why this coin commands such attention. It's not just the money, it's the story, the history, the craftsmanship, and the prestige that comes with owning such a rare piece. Imagine the pride of adding this coin to a collection, the conversations it would spark, the admiration it would attract. This is more than currency. It's an heirloom, an investment, and a piece of living history all rolled into one. So, whether you are a seasoned collector, a history enthusiast, or simply someone fascinated by rare treasures, the 1975 1 rand coin is a remarkable example of why coins are worth more than their face value. They are windows into the past, symbols of artistry and culture, and in some cases, extremely valuable assets. Holding this coin is like holding a piece of the world as it once was, a reminder that history, when preserved, has the power to astonish, inspire, and even enrich those who recognize its worth. Before we wrap up, remember this: subscribing now ensures you never miss out on discoveries like this, stories that connect the past to the present, and treasures that could change your perspective on collectibles forever. There's a world of rare finds out there, and you don't want to be the one who misses them. So, keep your eyes open, keep your collections sharp, and never underestimate the power of a single coin. Because when it comes to the 1975 1 Rand, history, rarity, and value come together in a way that few coins ever achieve. And at the end of the day, this isn't just a coin, it's $160,000 worth of history, craftsmanship, and legacy, waiting to be admired by those who appreciate its true significance.
Before we dive into something truly remarkable, take a moment and hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss the treasures we uncover together, and today, I promise, this one will stay in your memory long after the video ends. Gentlemen, let me take you on a journey back in time, way back to 1968, South Africa. Imagine a country at a crossroads, its culture, its history, and yes, even its currency telling stories that go far beyond the metal and minting process. Among the coins minted that year, one piece stands out, not just for its rarity, but for the story it carries in every inch of its design. That coin is the 1 Rand from 1968. Now, a coin isn't just a piece of currency. It's a snapshot of an era. The 1968 1 Rand is a reflection of South Africa's identity at that moment, its pride, its ambition, and the craftsmanship of its mints. Hold it in your hand, and you're holding history. This coin, composed of a durable alloy, was designed to withstand the passage of time, and yet, even as decades pass, it continues to draw the attention of collectors and enthusiasts alike. Look at the design for a moment. On one side, there's a powerful emblem that speaks to national pride. Every line, every curve is meticulously crafted. The reverse side often features a striking image that captures the spirit of South African wildlife or symbolism, an artistic statement frozen in metal. It's not just a coin. It's a story told in silver and copper tones, a piece of art that traveled through time, surviving years that reshaped the nation itself. Collectors and history enthusiasts alike are drawn to coins like this because they're rare windows into the past. You see, coins were produced in specific quantities, and as years go by, fewer of them remain in pristine condition. That's where the allure lies. The scarcity of a well-preserved 1968 1 Rand makes it an object of fascination and desire. It's not just about money. It's about owning a tangible piece of history, a connection to a time when life was different, slower, and perhaps, in its own way, more deliberate. Now, let me tell you something most people don't realize. The appeal of coins like this isn't only monetary. Sure, there's value, and yes, that's exciting, but the real charm lies in holding something that survived decades of change. The wear, the patina, the faint marks from handling, they all whisper stories. Each scratch or gleam on this coin is a reminder that time moves on, yet some treasures endure. That's a powerful feeling, especially for someone who has seen the world change as much as many of you watching have. Imagine sitting with this coin, examining it carefully. Maybe you're a retired gentleman, enjoying the calm of your study, a cup of coffee nearby, reflecting on your own journey. Suddenly, your mind drifts to history. The days when this coin circulated freely, passing through countless hands, witnessing the everyday lives of people, the mundane and the extraordinary alike. That sense of connection is why collectors are drawn to coins of this era. They're not just chasing value, they're chasing stories. And speaking of stories, let's talk about rarity. The 1968 1 Rand wasn't produced in the massive quantities of everyday change. Over time, many have been lost, melted down, or simply worn beyond recognition. That's why a coin in good condition becomes a gem. Even subtle differences, a slightly sharper edge, a crisper engraving, can make a huge difference for collectors. It's like spotting a first edition book or a classic car in pristine condition. There's an undeniable thrill in knowing that you possess something few others have, The coin itself has a classic, understated elegance. It's neither flashy nor gaudy, but its simplicity is part of the charm. You can almost feel the weight of history in your hand, the significance of an era distilled into a small, circular piece of metal. Its design isn't just decoration. It's symbolism, crafted with care, precision, and respect for what it represents. That's why coins like this are more than collectibles. They're a bridge to another time, a tangible link to the lives and stories of people who lived decades before us. Now, I know some of you might be wondering about its condition and its impact on value. Let me assure you, the 1968 1 Rand is highly sought after in excellent condition. Mint marks, edge details, and the preservation of its original luster can significantly influence its desirability. Even a single coin, if well maintained, can be the crown jewel of a collection. Collectors spend years hunting for coins like this, and when they find them, the sense of achievement is immense. It's a pursuit that combines patience, knowledge, and passion, a perfect hobby for those who appreciate history, craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery. Beyond its appeal to collectors, this coin has a cultural resonance. It embodies a time of both challenge and pride, reflecting the artistic sensibilities and economic conditions of South Africa in the late 1960s. Coins like this remind us that history isn't just in textbooks. It's in the objects people used every day, in the details we might overlook, in the small things that survive when everything else changes. As you consider adding a coin like this to your own collection, think about the stories it carries. Picture it displayed carefully in a case, admired not just for its material, but for its history. Imagine showing it to friends or family and sharing its journey, connecting generations through a shared appreciation for the past. That's the beauty of coins. They don't just hold monetary value. They hold memory, experience, and a sense of connection that transcends time. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the payoff after this journey through history and craftsmanship. The 1968 South African 1 Rand, in good condition, has a value that often surprises those who encounter it for the first time. Today, a well-preserved coin like this can be valued at around $600. Yes, $600 for a piece of metal that carries decades of history, culture, and artistry in its design. It's a remarkable example of how something seemingly ordinary can hold extraordinary worth, both financially and emotionally. So, gentlemen, remember this. When you hold a coin like the 1968 1 Rand, you're holding more than money. You're holding a story, a memory, and a piece of history. That's the power of collectibles. And that's why coins like this continue to fascinate, inspire, and capture the imagination of those who appreciate the finer details of life. And if you've enjoyed this journey, don't forget, you've got to subscribe to keep uncovering treasures like this, because history, after all, is full of surprises waiting for the patient and curious. Thank you for taking this journey with me. And remember, every coin has a story, but only a few tell it as powerfully as the 1968 South African 1 Rand. Welcome to SG Coin Chronicles, your trusted gateway into the fascinating world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and forgotten currency history. From ancient empires to modern rarities, we uncover the stories, values, and secrets behind some of the world's most remarkable coins. Whether you're a collector, a history lover, or simply curious, we bring you well-researched insights, real coin values, and expert commentary you won't find anywhere else. Subscribe now and turn on notifications, because every coin has a story, and CoinAZ Pulse is here to tell it. This is the story of a coin that carries more than just a face value, the 1970 South African 1 Rand. At first glance, it may appear ordinary, but in its weight, design, and rarity, it whispers stories of history, art, and collector fervor. Imagine holding a round disc, 32.7 millimeters across and 2.25 millimeters thick, weighing 15 grams. Its metal is not pure silver, but an alloy of 80% silver and 20% copper, giving it a lustrous sheen tinged with warmth. Munstuck.com +1 on the obverse side. You will find the coat of arms of South Africa, flanked by the country's name in both Afrikaans, Suid-Afrika, and English, South Africa. Beneath, the date, 1970, appears, and just below the arms, the initials TS appear, marking the handiwork of designer Tommy Sassing. OnlineCoin.club plus one around the arms is the motto Yex Unitate Vires, meaning from unity, strength. American History.si.edu plus two, OnlineCoin.club plus two, flip it over, and the reverse reveals one of the most elegant symbols of South Africa, the springbok antelope in mid-leap, frozen in time. Above that figure is the Latin phrase Soli Deo Gloria, glory to God alone. Below is the denomination 1 Rand, and to the side, the initials JVZ for Jan Van Zyl, the engraver. OnlineCoin.club plus 2 Munstuck.com plus 2. The edge of the coin is finely reeded, adding texture and symmetry. Munstuck.com plus 1. To appreciate the significance of this coin, one must see it in the context of its era. The South African rand was introduced in 1961, replacing the South African pound in decimal form. Over the years, coin designs evolved, and metals shifted as economic pressures mounted. Wikipedia plus 1. The 1 Rand coin began circulation in 1967 and initially used silver. Over time, rising costs forced metallurgical changes, but in 1970 this coin still carried substantial silver content. Wikipedia plus 2. OnlineCoin.club plus 2. However, while this coin bears the hallmarks of circulation, many of the silver 1 Rand coins were struck not for daily use, but for collectors and proof sets. In fact, the silver 1 Rand coins from this era were often reserved for mint sets or special issues. OnlineCoin.club plus 2 Rand coin.company ZA plus 2. The mintage numbers reflect that. For 1970, the total mintage for silver 1 Rand coins is estimated in various sources around 26,000 pieces, out of which a portion were proofs. OnlineCoin.club plus 1 among those. Only a limited subset might have been intended for open circulation. OnlineCoin.club because of this dual character. Part circulating coin, part collector issue. The coin's survival in unblemished condition is rare. Many suffered wear, scratches, or corrosion. Collectors prize those that remain in mint or nearly mint state, with original toning or luster. When such examples surface, they command far more interest than heavily worn ones. One of the fascinating aspects of this coin is the story behind the imagery and inscriptions. The motto Yex Unitate Vires echoes a hope for unity in a country grappling with divisions. The springbok, a graceful antelope native to southern Africa, became a national symbol, elegant, agile, and proud. The phrase Soli Deo Gloria has deeper roots in Christian theology, reflecting the influence of faith in the society of that time. The combination of art, national identity, and spiritual motto makes this coin more than metal. It embodies a cultural snapshot. Collectors also look for small details. How sharply were the letters struck? Are the fields smooth or frosted? Does the coin show any die clashes, double strikes, or variations in the engraver initials? Some coins of this series might lack the TS initials in certain years, replaced by other signatures like ALS in later years. Numista plus 2 Rand coin.company ZA plus 2, but for 1970, the TS mark is expected. Experts compare specimens under magnification to confirm authenticity and check for subtle errors that can add premium value. Condition is everything in numismatics. A pristine proof or uncirculated example could sparkle as though just minted, with mirror fields and crisp details. A worn specimen, by contrast, might lose detail in the high points of the design or have surface spots from handling. In grading, even a slight scratch or hairline mark can drop a coin's grade significantly, and thus its market value. The rarity of high-grade specimens has led to strong demand among collectors worldwide. Those with professional grading, say NGC or PCGS, often fetch higher prices because buyers have confidence in the coin's authenticity and condition. Over the decades, Auction results and private sales have shown that exceptional 1970 silver 1 Rand coins can command substantial sums. The combination of silver content, historical appeal, and collector demand drives the market. Very few reach the highest grades, making them special when they do. So, when one of these coins finally emerges in top condition, collectors converge. It becomes a prize piece in a collection, a conversation starter, and a tangible connection to a moment in time that if you imagine placing this coin in your hand, turning it slowly, catching the light on the springbox curve or the arm's crisp edges, you'll see why this is more than currency. It's a relic. And among relics, this one enters the realm of the elite.